Hey everybody out there on YouTube land, Planet Joe 10 here on the 10th planet. Been a fun week watching videos this week. Saw Chevy Cheeseburger try to basically get everybody pumped to build some models, make some videos. Man, I watched that video. I had to run out and pick 5 kits and, you know, open them up and get pretty pumped. But today's video is a little bit more on a do-it-yourself project, as I talked about. This is more of a diorama type of thing. I know the title is, gut grass for this video, but we're talking static grass. Although I am pretty stoked about this. Static grass is something that we use in dioramas, both armor and for model cars as well. But this is a project I did a couple of years ago. Found on in a Model Train magazine, and just wanted to share it with you guys a little bit to show that it does actually work. It is a little bit tougher to find the negative ion generator that you need if you want to make an AC version. They're easier to find if you want to still make the DC version or a battery version, although this works really well. So just going to show you a little bit about this and how it works, and see what you think and take it from there. Alright, so here's a little bit of a closer look. Basically, this is built out of PVC piping, just regular PVC pipe, a basic sour cream container, some metal screen, basic wire. Basically everything about this you can get at your electronics store to go ahead and build it. The big thing that really makes this all work is this. This is the negative ion generator. This really is what makes all the magic happen. Like I said, these are getting tougher to find in AC, which is unfortunate because there is, of course, some danger to wiring these. They do use a lot of high voltage with very low wattage, so you can get a good shot from it. It's creating electrostatic basically. So this particular model I really can't find anymore. I have this one here where I'll be building another one. But as I said, the rest of your parts, just basic Radio Shack parts, wire looms, switches, things like that, heat shrink tubes. But again, a warning to anyone here that would consider building one of these, if you're not, especially if you're going to build a 12 volt or the AC version, if you're not comfortable doing electronic wiring, I wouldn't recommend it. It's, obviously can be dangerous. But we're going to go ahead and also just look at the static grass itself. Some of you guys have seen this. A lot of armor models probably know of this. Basically, it's just a flocking material. Comes in different colors. I have a few different colors here, but wanted to just give you a quick show of how it works, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken some of the colors and mixed them together just in a plastic bag here, so I can mix them up and get them kind of uniform. You can also add actual colors such as red or yellows, of any flocking material you have. If you're a car modeler, you know what I'm talking about. You have flocking, for your different rugs and so on and so forth, or floor mats, or whatever you might create. So basically I'm going to go ahead and pour this in the hopper here and give you guys a little demo. Okay, so we have our hopper filled up with some grass in here. Basically what you do is you use this lead wire to just moisten the area. You can use white glue, whatever you want. This is just a piece of foam board that I happen to have laying around. What you want to do is basically just get this to engage wherever you're going to be working. My cover on here. Now, some guys will, again, use the glue. Other guys use just basic paint, acrylic paint or craft acrylic paint, things like that, which is what I'm going to do just for demonstration purposes. So I've mixed a little bit of craft paint here. Basically, if you were doing this in your diorama, you'd be painting around your area. It's a little bit thinner than I had hoped, but it's alright. It's just for a demo. And we want to make sure we get this area where the contact will be wet so that it will carry the current through the rest of the area. Now you really want to do just small portions at a time if you're covering a big area, as I'm going to do here. Again, if this were a bit thicker, you could almost just do this and be done, but we'll go ahead and start with this. So, the machine itself does actually have a LED light, although you won't be able to see it at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and begin. You may be able to hear it doing its thing. Hear a little bit of buzzing, stuff like that. Basically, I will be shaking the hopper around, kind of just focusing on where I want it to go. I can put it as heavy or as light as I wish. Again, I don't know how much of this you're really seeing because of the light situation, but we don't want this paint to dry. We can add a little bit more paint just to moisten the area if we want to highlight that particular spot. And again, you will hear the grass kind of sticking. Okay, as you can see, I've basically stopped what I'm doing, zoomed in the best I can, and just to give you zooming is going to be tough with this, but just to give you an idea of how fine this really is, we can add a figure in here, hopefully. This is 1/48 scale figure, and gives you a good idea of what you can do with this type of thing. Just to to give you an example of a car situation. Looks like real grass. Feels like real grass. If you can see, as I run my finger across it, it's pushed up. It looks really realistic. The paint is still drying a little bit, so I apologize, but this is what you can do. Now, as I mentioned, if you're using if you're an armor modeler and you want to use a snow base, basically you could use clear glue. Elmo's glue would work, and basically this type of scenario here to give you that type of winter look, which I will do a little spot of this, not on camera, just to give you an idea. Okay, so I've applied the brown over the white with clear glue, and as you can see, you can quickly turn just a plain white piece of paper into or not a piece of paper, but a piece of foam, into a diorama. If we spin this here, alright, and just to give you an idea, same thing, we can basically take any model car and quickly make it look like it's playing in the mud here. Good for a ground base, things like that. Let me just zoom out. And realistically all of this is on one piece of foam board. Not 100% dry, but I think you guys get the idea. So we'll be back here with a couple of comments, and I have a question for my next video, and we'll take it from there. So we'll be back. Okay, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little bit of a tutorial. Basically, just wanted to go over the static grass applicator. Again, something I enjoyed building. I like to do do-it-yourself projects. I like to build things with my hands, I think, as we all do. And it's a fun project. Like I said, I don't advise if you're not familiar with making or working with 110 or 120 volt electricity, that maybe a battery operated type will work, which do a great job as well. I've heard that the battery operated ones may not produce such a good static field, but again, for our purposes as do-it-yourselfers and so on, it may work well. And the whole reason for this basic video is because of the cost. I mean, this cost me to make that static grass video applicator. It was probably $8 for the ion generator, and then the PVC and the switches and stuff, maybe another $20. So it was probably a $30 project, where a company named Knock, they'll make one, it's $200. Looks pretty much like mine, works like mine. It does have a couple of different adapters to make it smaller and larger for the amounts of grass in the area, but hey, I can work around things like that. So, I know that a lot of guys are, trying to pinch pennies, things like that, and it's important for us to share this information. So basically that brings me to, if you'd like information on how I've built this and the instructions that I use personally, shoot me a PM or just send me an email. I will email you the instructions that I have. It goes over building 3, 2 battery operated ones and 1 electric, static grass applicator. If you'd like to see a video of me actually building one, I do intend to build another one. If you'd like to see a video of me actually building it and going through the phases of how it's built, things like that, that's something that, I would definitely would be into. I don't know how much demand there is for you guys out there. I know a lot of auto modelers may not be into this. Armor modelers will. I really don't know. I just wanted to throw it out there. But I've enjoyed it, like I said, making the video, showing you guys what you can do if you put your mind to it. Like I said, I can send you the instructions, just let me know. And if the next video, like I said, we want to build one, we will. Otherwise, I'm going to keep working on the slammer over here, and we'll be posting updates on that. This video may be a little bit longer than some, but I did want to give you guys a good idea of how this all works, and basically what we do here on the 10th planet, the types of things we get into. Sometimes a little over our heads, sometimes not so much. This project worked out well. I want to thank you guys again for watching and commenting and subscribing and everything else, and thinking if I do build another one, if we get up to 500 subscribers or something like that, maybe do some kind of contest or free giveaway for one of the applicators after I build the second one. I'd like to, obviously contribute something to the community since I've gotten so much from it. So, this is Planet Joe 10 here on the 10th planet saying, don't be afraid to play with some grass. Have a good one, man.